Days like razors, nights full of rats. As a very young man, I divided an equal amount of time between the bars and the libraries. How I managed to provide for my other ordinary needs is the puzzle. Well, I simply didn't bother too much with that. If I had a book or a drink, then I didn't think too much of other things. Fools create their own paradise. In the bars, I thought I was tough. I broke things, fought other men, etc. In the libraries, it was another matter. I was quiet, went from room to room, didn't so much read entire books as parts of them: medicine, geology, literature, and philosophy. Psychology, math, history, other things put me off. With music, I was more interested in the music and in the lives of the composers than in the technical aspects. However, it was with the philosophers that I felt a brotherhood: Schopenhauer and Nietzsche, even old hard-to-read Kant. I found Santayana, who was very popular at the time, to be limp and a bore. Hegel you really had to dig for, especially with The Hangover. There are many I read who I have forgotten, perhaps properly so, but I remember one fellow who wrote an entire book in which he proved that the moon was not there, and he did it so well that afterwards you thought, he's absolutely right, the moon is not there. How the hell is a young man gonna aim to work at an 8-hour day when the moon isn't even there? What else might I be missing? And I didn't like literature so much as I did the literary critics. They were real pricks, those guys. They used fine language, beautiful in its way, to call other critics, other writers assholes. They perked me up. But it was with the philosophers who satisfied that need that lurked somewhere within my confused skull, wading through their excesses and their clouded vocabulary. They still often stunned, leapt out with a flaming, gambling statement that appeared to be absolute truth or damn near absolute truth. And this certainty was what I was searching for in a daily life that seemed more like a piece of cardboard. What great fellows those old dogs were. They got me past days like razors and nights full of rats, and women bargaining like auctioneers from hell. My brothers, the philosophers, they spoke to me unlike anybody on the streets or anywhere else. They filled an immense void. Such good boys, such good boys. Yes, the libraries helped. In my other temple, the bars, it was another matter, more simplistic. The language and the way was different. Library days, bar nights. The nights were alike. There's some fellow sitting nearby, maybe not a bad sort, but for me he doesn't shine right. There's a gruesome deadness there. I think of my father, of school teachers, of faces on coins and bills, of dreams about murderers with dull eyes. Well, somehow this fellow and I got to exchanging glances. A fury slowly begins to gather. We are enemies, cat and dog, priest and atheist, fire and water. Tension builds, block piled upon block, waiting for the crash. Our hands fold and unfold, we drink. Now, finally with a purpose. His face turns to me. Something you like, buddy? Yeah, you. Wanna do something about it? Certainly. We finish our drink, rise, move to the back of the bar, out into the alley. We turn, face each other. I say to him, there's nothing but space between us. You care to close that space? He rushes toward me, and somehow it's a part of the part of the part.